and that is 50% subsidy started 3 years ago. And I'd like to make it clear that as the President emphasized, this is not a subsidy for each student, but this is subsidy intended for the local UCCP churches to encourage them to send students to Silliman University. No? So this is subsidy for the local church of the UCCP sending theological student to our school, no, or seminary, so that the requirement, no, please take note, all pastors, you may have your copy in this, not only this year, but perhaps in the future, whenever you send student, because usually before, you would only require the conference endorsement. This time, the main requirement actually, as far as the university is concerned, is the endorsement from the local church. So do not send your student to Silliman without that endorsement, because that is the basis for granting the 50% tuition subsidy. So please inform all churches, especially those who will be sending students this coming next school year. Now, that 50% costs a lot to the university, because as the figure would show, that was forwarded to our office by the Vice President for Finance and Administration, per semester, although we only have 70 enrollees this year, the university subsidizes over 300,000 pesos a semester. That means more than 600,000 per year, and that is already a huge amount. So before, we have been hearing that the Divinity School is one of the units that is subsidized by the university as far as salaries are concerned. Because the Divinity School is one of the units, if not the only unit, wherein our professors receive much higher salaries, because most of our faculty members are doctoral degree holders and full professors. So that has been the burden, no? Shall we say. But this year, and last 2 years ago, nadugangan na ang burden or subsidy ng lahat, that 600,000 plus. While we are campaigning, and the trend now in the last 2 years, our enrollment has been increasing, and that would mean more subsidies from the university. So why don't we clap our president and the entire administration of the university, especially the Board of Trustees, because it is the Board of Trustees that approved the recommendation. So I think that would somehow remove our worries, because there has been, it's good that our president would learn about this, because there has been some kind of worry among our colleagues in the field that what will happen if the term of the president ends. Well, I said, since this is approved by the Board of Trustees, then I would suppose that it will continue. No? So we are so happy that. So do not think that Silliman education, Divinity School education is so expensive, because there is 50% subsidy plus the scholarship that will be given on top of the 50% subsidy by the university. Because the 50% is across the board, meaning to say, all students endorsed by the local church is entitled to that. While other scholarships, this is more selective. No? Meaning to say, we have to choose who would deserve the scholarship. So let me now proceed to our other benefactors that have made our mission possible in terms of training our young men and women, as well as not so young, for the ministry. Well, Dr. Kanimaru has spoken about the Rotsuki Fujisaki Memorial Fund of Hitachi Church. Well, as this is unique scholarship, because while we have endowment funds kept by the university, this foundation is kept by Hitachi Church Japan, UCCJ. But that has helped a lot because Hitachi Church is committed to supporting 6 scholars every year. 6 scholars every year, full tuition and fees. So you can imagine that the Hitachi Church it started has supported 11 scholars. 11 scholars with full tuition. So we are so glad that we have that kind of generous friends in Hitachi Church. And I understand that this will continue because it's a foundation of the Hitachi Church. So we are happy and grateful to our friends from Hitachi Church. And the scholars, may I request the scholars of Hitachi to please stand again. Hitachi scholars. So those are the names of our scholars. Okay, next is the Bishop Pedro Laterta Scholarship Fund. As mentioned by Mrs. Laterta, she initiated this fund. She said that she was just giving 500 pesos. Well, perhaps it was a daily giving because the fund has reached to 100,000 pesos already years back. So our policy on the endowment fund is we will only use the interest of the 80% actually of the interest for scholarship, and then the 20% will be plowed back to the principal so that the principal will also grow. Meaning to say, the fund will continue to benefit students of the Divinity School. And the fund is secure, it is with the university. So we are assured that the fund will continue. And that is an assurance that we are going to give to Ma'am Laterta and the siblings. I request the children of Ma'am Rose to please rise. Mr. and Mrs. Susie Maria Arrieta. Thank you for your support. And since we are only using the interest of the fund, every year we have only one scholar. But even though we only have one scholar, the person of Charlie Tayula, but that has been supporting scholars years back. Meaning to say, we have already graduated several people who are now working in the field. Next is the Serapio Serati Scholarship Fund, represented here by Engineer Elijah Serati, Deborah May Serati, and Pastor John.
Brenda
Serati and
Brenda Serati.
Brenda, no?
Serati Teves. Serati Teves.
Serati Teves, no? So we are happy that, well, that scholarship fund has really produced a good number of pastors. In fact, if my recollection is correct, one of the beneficiaries of the scholarship fund has already become a conference minister of Cebu Conference, Reverend Marisa Patalingho, Sister Tarab. The husband is here. Okay, so, and many more, no? So, it has already supported a good number of graduates because when I came here in 1985, there were already scholars of Serati Scholarship, no? So, we are so happy that the fund continues, and that is the same assurance that we give to the Serati family, that the fund is secure with the university. We only use 80% of the interest. So once again, we are so happy that the fund is serving us, especially to our church, and Joseph Bokong is the current scholar of that fund. So next year, there will be another, perhaps 3 batches of benefactors that we will honor, as we count down, as part of our countdown towards the centennial of Siniman University Divinity School. Thank you, everyone.